Live here from the Green Room at the Palace, the 2018 Levitt Music Series. We've got with us today Samantha Fish. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you for joining us today in Middlesboro. So you are a singer-songwriter, blues artist, rock and roll artist, lots of different genres in there.
Yes.
So tell us your origin. How did you get becoming a musician? Like, what made you fall in love with it?
Well, I was born in Kansas City, and I started playing music when I was about 15 years old. I had some family members that played, so it was kind of just a hobby when I was a kid. And I started taking it more serious like in my teenage years. I started going out and playing with people, forming bands, forming my own band, and then, just realizing that I could take it on the road and start touring. It was small, it always starts small, but
Right.
it's just like one foot in front of the other. It's my passion, so it kind of developed on its own.
How do you make that leap from, like, when you start off, like, typically you play covers and things like that? How do you get that courage, or that, like, what's that moment where you're like, I need to write my own songs? Like, what?
I remember the first time I ever even sat down to write a song. I think I was like 18 or 19, and I don't know, it just was something I'd never really tried before. I'd only ever learned covers, and I was trying to find my style within that. But the great liberating thing about writing is you really find your voice in it. You can kind of let go of another version of a song and just sort of start to hone in on what you do.
Right.
And I don't know, I really always liked English when I was a kid, classes, and I loved reading and poetry, and
so it's kind of like a natural extension.
Well, I love songwriters. I grew up listening to songwriters, so that was kind of a natural progression for me.
You must be writing a lot of songs because you put out 2 albums last year.
Yes.
So one of those actually was produced by Luther Dickinson. Am I correct?
Yeah, Luther produced Bell of the West.
What's it like working with him, someone who's so well respected in the blues community?
He's an amazing producer. Beyond being one of my favorite guitar players ever, he's such a talented musician, and he's got such a great ear for production. And hearing a song when it's really just bare bones, and hearing instrumentation and different textures, and adding drama and layers to different songs, and he's amazing about that. It's fun to watch him work.
Doing all my research for that, I saw that, and I was like, still am, I guess, a giant Black Crowes fan. So that was so cool. I was like, oh, that's a cool little extension.
Yes, absolutely.
And North Mississippi All-Stars, too.
That's how I found out about him early on. I was such a fan of the All-Stars. Yeah.
So the other album, you made it in Detroit, the entire thing in Detroit, correct?
Yeah, and that was actually an album of covers, too.
Right.
We wanted to do obscure songs that should have been hits, but had this classic sound that we were like, we're going to redo these and put our stamp on them. But yeah, Bobby Harlow produced that record, and that was a really killer session, totally different from Bell of the West.
Right.
Apples and oranges of a record.
It's like, what was it like to immerse yourself in that world, kind of, like really recording those songs in that atmosphere?
This was probably the most immersive record I ever did, as far as like dropping myself into a situation that was, really at the end of the day kind of uncomfortable. We stayed in the studio was actually a part of this little tiny motel that people were living in. It was kind of a wild scene too, but then working with the band that I was working with, which was former members of the Detroit Cobras, it had a really kind of, there's a raw R&B quality to Detroit, but there's also this rock and roll thing too. We're up there in the wintertime in Detroit just slugging it out. It's you're living it after a while.
It's not an easy scenario to be in.
No, it's not an easy town, but there's so much music. It's such a rich town for music and arts.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. You've had different collaborations, I'm sure, with different artists. What would your dream collaboration be, both living and dead? Like anybody in history, and then anybody still living?
That's so hard. I'm really terrible at this kind of stuff. Oh gosh. I guess I gotta go back to my roots of being a rock and roll fan when I was a kid. I loved the Rolling Stones, so Keith Richards.
Right.
I love Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. He's gone now, sadly, but he was an amazing songwriter. Am I shooting too far for the moon here?
Go for it. Give us anybody.
Yeah. Townes Van Zandt. I would have loved to.
Oh my God.
I don't know if he would have ever written a song with anybody. I'm sure he did some collaborating at some point, but what a poet, I would have loved to kind of pick his brain for, lyrics for sure.
I wish I could have just spent a day with him, just to see what it was like. I mean, like, you watch Heartworn Highways, and it's like, oh, he was really a different breed.
Yeah,
so.
be a wild day.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see. What's your writing process like? Do you start off musically, lyrically? Is it just...
It's kind of like a mixed bag, to be honest. It's sometimes I start and I have like a melody in my head, and then I kind of sit down and try to put a story to it and lyrics to it. Sometimes I just start writing, and it's like I end up with this, like, you know, it's like a poem, and you find lyrics for it later, or you can start music for it later. And then on the rare occasion that it's like everything's perfect, you just get it all at once, and that's like the best. That's the most natural, fun way to write. But you know, you really have to be firing on all cylinders for that.
For sure.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you for joining us. If people want to find you online, where can they go to find you at?
SamanthaFish.com, and they can also find me. You know, we're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff.
All right, sounds cool. So thanks so much, Samantha, for joining us today. And once again, thank you for watching LMU Community TV and listening to 91.3 WLMU.